Hi, I'm Nathan, and we're the Golden Age Gamers guys.
We are.
We do things. This is our first video podcast. Thought try something new.
Period.
Yeah, ever. We thought we'd try something new and see how it goes. So yeah, we're recording on video right now. We also have Audacity running in the background, so we'll have it to upload regular on SoundCloud probably tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, you want to just get right into it?
Sounds good.
There was trailers for Black Ops 4.
Black Ops for the reveal today.
Yes, the zombie was a little bit over a 4-minute video, and then there was also the multiplayer, which was like 2.5 minutes.
I don't think they showed the Battle Royale mode, did they?
Correct.
That just looked like a normal multiplayer.
That just looked like normal multiplayer
match,
matches. Yeah, that we've seen for 6 or 7 years.
Every single Call of Duty.
So that didn't.
The last 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, that didn't look too different. But it's Call of Duty, so I'm not too surprised. What do you think?
I'm disappointed that there's not a campaign because I feel there always should have campaign, no matter how horrible it is. It should always be there. I am curious to see the Battle Royale mode, though. I think that's a good idea to put in, but I don't think it's necessary to cut out the campaign just to put the Battle Royale mode in. Does it really take up that much space? I really don't think so. You can fit it on a disc. So I don't get that.
I think it's resources.
Yeah, I think they're
that was a big
trying to do it. Here's my big gripe with it is they're going back to this advanced tech, which is why Infinite Warfare tanked. It's because of that. People were sick and tired of it. By that, the fat had worn off from Advanced Warfare is probably the best game you're going to see with the tech because it was new at the time.
Right.
That's why
it was a good game overall.
It was a good game. I think really that was the last good campaign. I really do. I think the campaign was good. I didn't play Infinite Warfare's campaign that much. I've only played the first 3 missions and I traded it because it was a steaming pile of crap.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't care for that one at all. The zombies were lackluster. Even though Kevin Smith was featured in one of the...
Yeah, it was a little strange.
It was a little strange. Black Ops has always gotten zombies right, though.
Yeah.
It's been the only Call of Duty franchise. Treyarch usually always nails their zombies, so I'm not concerned about that. I'm sure
they started it. Yeah, Treyarch started with World at War.
Yeah, World at War, the original Nocturne. Yeah. Nocturne Toten, I think that's what it's called. So yeah, I think the zombie. I'm not worried about the zombies. The zombies will do good. You always get the hardcore zombie fans that like the Black Ops traditional zombies, so they'll always play that. But their big thing is that they're going out on is the multiplayer. That's their big selling point. Is this is going to be the best Call of Duty multiplayer game you've ever played. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, for you to take out the campaign, it must be pretty damn good.
You gotta show us something.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't see anything from that video that really blew my socks off.
I need to see more video for me to give a full analysis, but right now, I'm kind of mixed on it. I'm sad that the campaign's not going to be there. But I'm also curious to see the Battle Royale mode. I think that's going to make or break the game, honestly. It's going to be the Battle Royale mode. But yeah, that's all I got on Call. Oh, the zombies map that they showed, it's going to be the Titanic, which I like.
That's kind of interesting.
I like it. I think that's a cool way to do it.
They did not show any gameplay from it, though. Did you notice that?
They did not show any zombies
gameplay. It was all
gameplay.
like
the
CG
only
trailer.
gameplay that they showed was the multiplayer. That's sort of. Yeah. So obviously the zombie mode, they're not really.
I saw way too many pistols in that multiplayer trailer.
So
it's like all pistols all the time. It was kind of annoying.
The zombies gameplay, though, it showed that there's going to be 4 different character types, which I like. They're at least trying to do something different with it because it's become stale. Like, I mean, let's be honest. Even the Black Ops zombies has become stale. I think Black Ops 3 is the best zombies it was ever going to be. I think that was great to go out on. Now that they're kind of pushing it again, I'm just like, come on, guys. Like, that was probably the end point. Black Ops 3 is the end point for it, culminating in it, and I think it's just unnecessary to do it again. But if they can make this different, then I'm all in for it.
Okay.
But the game's got to show me a lot more for me to buy in, because like I told you a couple minutes ago, the week after that, Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out. So a week or two.
Yeah, because they moved it up a month, which I don't
Which
understand
is why they did that is because most of their player base is also Rockstar's player base. You
They're
see what
getting
I'm
cut
saying?
into their own game though, potentially.
It's Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to take away a lot from Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's going to take away a lot from it. That's my pick, honestly, for that game of the year, I think. Is Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't think anything's going to come close to beating it.
God of War.
God of War is good.
Do you want to go right into the God of War?
From that, I think we're done talking about Black Ops for right now. So
that kind of sums it up.
Into what we've been playing recently.
Yeah.
I've been playing God of War. I'm almost done with it, so I'm not going to spoil anything here for people that haven't played it yet. But it is epic.
You got a little bit. You got a little bit to go. You're not at the end yet.
You gotta play that. You gotta play. If you have a PlayStation 4, buy this game. Even if you weren't into the originals, like I wasn't. I did not like God of War, the originals, and I bought this just because he said it was good.
Yeah,
and I needed something new to play at the time. I was completely blown away by it.
If you like Bayonetta, it feels a little bit like the Bayonetta.
I didn't get that vibe.
No?
I just got
Devil May Cry a little bit.
I honestly got a linear. I'm gonna see if this makes sense. A linear Horizon.
Okay.
A more linear Horizon, I think.
Okay, I can see that.
Which I think
I say Devil May Cry because it does remind me of those games with the kind of combat that it is, and just like the linear path and everything. You can explore. I mean, there is the option to explore.
Plus, we just said we think Kratos is a much better character in this game than he was in the previous games. Well,
I still
not that he wasn't in the originals. I thought he was badass, but I like this Kratos a lot.
He just yelled a lot more in those. Yeah. He does yell,
which is funny. I like the comedy aspect of the original games, like the dark comedy. I like that. Yeah. That's what made those games good.
It's just so ridiculous.
And now I want to go back and play those. Like I just picked up that God of War Saga for the PS3. It comes with the original.
Oh, you did pick that up. Nice.
Comes with the original 3, which I'm going to play through them.
Yeah.
After I'm done with 4.
They're tough.
Obviously,
They
are a lot harder than 4. I will say that.
Yeah.
But without spoiling anything from God of War, which I don't want to. If you don't have a PS4, you should probably buy a PS4 and play this game.
I would say it's a console seller.
It's a console seller.
The Last of Us, first one and the new one coming out.
Yeah, which
boy, there's a lot of good games on that console.
That might be shown at E3.
Yeah.
We are having a pre E3 podcast here, giving our predictions of what's going to be shown there, and then we're going to do a after.
Besides Walmart spoiling everything. Which they kind of did.
So we'll give all our before and after thoughts on 2 separate podcasts. We're going to see if Jake can join us for that.
Yep, we'll see if Jake can join us. It's always good with 3 or more people, I think.
The only other games that I've been playing on a regular basis is Fortnite, which I know, I'm joining the common. But honestly, it's a fun game. It really is. It's a fun game, and we're gonna try to get some video of Fortnite up at some point here for you guys.
Yeah, I'm downloading it right now on my PS4 because it's free.
So that's a big selling point. It's free. You don't have to pay a dime for it.
Yeah, the microtransactions are all cosmetic, just like Overwatch. So you're not paying for any sort of
they copied Blizzard's formula, and they did it better.
I mean, if they're going to do it, I'd much rather prefer that than something that does influence like your character stats, like Battlefront did. That was a bad idea.
That was a really bad idea. And that game is done. It is toast.
Boy, that stinks because I kind of want to go play it now. You can buy it.
I'll tell you what, it looks great. It looks amazing, and that is the horrible fate of it. The game itself is great.
Does it play well?
From what I played, it was fine.
Okay.
I like the heroes versus villains though better on the first BA Battlefront.
Okay.
That was the big reason why I played it. Was I loved that heroes versus villains aspect. Plus, you had Rebel and Empire soldiers.
Yeah.
In the match. On this, you don't have that. It's just the heroes versus the villains. I don't like that.
Okay, yeah. See, I've never
because that was supposed to level it out. Because if you have like a new Darth Vader who's supposed to be the tank of that group and he sucks, you're going to lose. You're going to lose 90% of the time if your tank is bad. So I don't like it for that reason. I won't pick it up again probably until I see it for maybe $10.
Okay.
The campaign was fine. I liked the campaign for what it was worth. It was okay. It was nice seeing a different story.
It's a little short though, right?
It is too short.
Like 4 hours or something.
it can get kind of frustrating sometimes because you can die real
There's
easy if you
stealth in
don't.
it too, right?
The stealth is kind of fun though.
Okay,
The
that's kind
stealth
of
part is
odd
kind of
though,
fun.
because I don't think
Um,
of Battlefront and I don't think stealth. Like when I think of
yeah.
that game.
The game's great. Well, the game's great. The campaign's good. It's just the problem is the microtransactions ruined that game before it ever came out, and that's the
Aren't they gonna
bad
bring them
thing.
back as far as like cosmetic
I'm
microtransactions
not
go?
aware of that.
Okay, that's what
I'm
I've
not
heard.
aware of it.
So if they're gonna bring them back, but it's gonna be cosmetic.
And then the
Ugh.
third, the only other game that I've been playing for the last 7 months is World War II, Call of Duty.
Okay.
I think it's the best Call of Duty I've played in a long, 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 long time. I think it's the best one. I honestly do. From a multiplayer standpoint, zombie standpoint, and a campaign, it's probably the most complete experience that I've had with it.
Okay.
Which is great, and it's going to get ruined with Black Ops. Mark my words, people are still going to be playing World War II after Black Ops 4 comes out because it's better. Like it just looks better. Now maybe everybody's different. Maybe they like the tech aspect.
I think people do.
I don't. I like the traditional, me versus you, who can outthink the other.
Yeah.
With base weapons, not this flying around crap. I don't like that.
You don't want any helicopters
No,
flying
don't
around.
want any jetpacks and all that. I don't want that stuff.
Okay.
So that's why I like it. What have you been playing?
God of War. A lot of God of War. Beat the campaign. Beat all the favors, which are the side missions in that game.
I haven't done any of them.
Except for, well, there's one spoiler one I'm not going to talk about, but I'm at the last part of that one. And there's a certain boss that is a giant asshole, and they're very hard to kill. Which, if you read anything on like message boards or whatever, it's going to get spoiled for you what that is, what that boss is. And they are a pain, and I don't like them. And I've considered bumping the difficulty down since you can do that anytime just to beat them because the game does not punish you for beating the game on easy. The trophies in that game are not tied to difficulty.
Which is a good thing.
Which I agree. I think that's a great thing. I don't like when stuff's tied to difficulty because it really prevents gamers that have disabilities or maybe that just want to play a game for the story aspect but still enjoy the gameplay part. So they play it on like an easier mode. It really prevents them from
I don't know
fully completing a game if they care about trophies.
But trophies don't matter as much to me as other gamers do. I don't know. They just never took to me. It's like if I got it, fine. If I don't,
I loved achievements on the 360, and I hated trophies on the PS3. And now I flip flopped, and I like the trophies
the
a little bit
achievement
more.
system on the Xbox 360.
Yeah,
I thought
it was amazing.
I thought that was one of its best features.
Remember they were talked about for the Xbox One. They were going to do not real life, like console wide trophies. Do you remember or achievements? Do you remember them talking about that? So like if you watch Netflix for 5 hours, you get a trophy. Or I'm sorry, I keep saying trophy because I play PS4 so much. I'm not selling you pony. I promise I do have an Xbox One and a Switch. So I don't want to hear that crap. But they were gonna do like console wide like achievements where if you play like X game for 10 hours or something, you'll get like a trophy or I keep saying trophy achievement, whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean. You'll get one for that. Just certain things as far as like just using the console itself, just to encourage people to do different things on it. I don't think they ever came out. Pretty sure they did, which kind of sucks because that's kind of a neat idea. Like if like Sony would do that, I'd say the same thing. I'd say the same thing if Nintendo would ever have any sort of achievement thing in their games. They don't, which is kind of annoying. Like it doesn't take much to put it in there, but I mean, I guess to them it's not. It doesn't matter really. I know that some of the games like Mario Tennis has like trophies that you can get for doing certain things like in the game itself, but they don't have like a system-wide reward system there for doing certain feats in games. Which I mean, it is what it is. Nintendo's kind of a different beast anyway. They march to the beat of their own drum, so they're probably never gonna have that. Just
Their formula works.
Yeah, and it works. So why not? Why change what isn't broken? But yeah, I've been playing a lot of God of War. Got a little off topic there. God of War. I played Omen Sight for about 4 hours. It's a new game. It's by Spearhead Games, who are the guys that made Stories, Path of Destiny, which I thought was an interesting game. Basically, this one's kind of along the same lines. A catastrophic event happens, and you have to go and follow these certain characters and make different choices and figure out the mystery. And there's the combat's good. I don't think it's the best combat ever. It's kind of the Arkham style. You saw it for like 5 10 minutes today. It's like that Arkham style combat where the show exclamation point over the guy's head before he's gonna attack, and then you dodge, and then you smack him, beat him up a bit. You
I
get
think
different
everybody's
abilities and
off
stuff.
of that combat after Arkham
Yeah, I'm
Asylum.
getting a little burnt out on it a little bit. God of War is one of the only ones where I don't think I'm ever going to get sick of it because it's just so satisfying to take your axe, whip it at a jogger, take his legs out, run over to him, call the axe back, and smash him right on top of the head. That is such a good feeling.
Spartan Rage.
And Spartan Rage. Yep.
It's won me a few fights.
Yep, me too. And when you after you beat the game and start trying to do all the extra stuff, Spartan Rage will come in really handy then. And there's a spoiler about halfway through the game where you get a certain something, and that really makes the game phenomenal.
I'll say this: old fans will know immediately from it,
Yeah.
which is great. I won't spoil it.
Yeah, yeah. We're not gonna say what it is, but
It's a great.
there's something that happens about halfway through the game where you get access to something, and it's the whole moment is so well done, and right after that, it's just incredible. And Boy is kind of great throughout the game. I will tell you, this isn't a spoiler. There is a part where he becomes the most obnoxious thing ever, but it's to develop his character. So once you get there, and we should have a boy counter. But once you get there, you'll know what I mean. But he gets better after. What you gave a little bit of your opinions on Fortnite. They had a Thanos mode.
They had a Thanos.
That's over. I
Infinity
missed that.
Gauntlet mode, which
Yeah.
was so fun. I never got to be Thanos. I never got to the Infinity Gauntlet. It's
Okay.
quite hard to get it. You got to last a long time. If you don't see it immediately, you're gonna have to follow it pretty well. I did get to fight Thanos.
Okay.
It depends on what kind of player picks it up. If a noob picks it up, you probably have a good chance of beating him. If an expert player comes up, you have literally no chance at all. They did balance him though, which I think the event was too quick.
Okay.
It was only there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
A week or two. That was it. The good news is I don't think that's going to be the last crossover for Fortnite. I really.
Okay.
They're talking about other.
They got that together quick.
Yeah. I think there will be a lot of other crossovers, which would be great. Because no other games really do that cross-property stuff. That's kind of in the gray now with how people, properties are a lot of properties are lucrative now, like Marvel, I know Disney Marvel's very careful on what they loot their stuff out to now.
Yeah.
As far as games are concerned. So I was kind of surprised that they even did it at all.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't know how long Fortnite itself will last, but it looks like, it's been here for 4 months now?
It's been here for a bit. You think it's going to stay?
I think as long as it stays free, it's going to stay. I don't think it's going to go away. There's people buying PlayStation 4 and Xbox One consoles just to play it.
That's kind of crazy to me.
And
just to play a free game.
Which is crazy. Just to play a free game, which you can probably get on. I think you can get on your phone now too.
Yeah.
You can get.
Yes,
it on,
you can.
You can get on the
Same
PC.
with PUBG.
You can get on the PC, which.
Yep.
Which.
That's where it started.
Yeah, I need to get that one. I need to get on the PC.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I at first thought, okay, this is gonna be this battle royal. It's gonna be a fad. It's gonna be over 2 months. It's still here.
Yeah.
I did not think it was gonna be here. I think the free aspect of it helps a lot. I think it will stay.
Yeah. PUBG's not free though.
PUBG
I think that's what's kind of killing it is that they're charging money.
Although at the beginning, I still think PUBG might be an overall better experience if you have a squad.
Okay.
I think a squad, and the map is okay. There's two. They're not the same game, despite what you hear that they both have battle royal. It is not this. They're not the same type of game, really. Their PUBG's battle royal mode. The map is so much bigger for one than Fortnite's. Fortnite's is like tiny compared to PUBG.
Well, it gets you in the action a lot.
It would take you. I think that's a big selling point with it. But I also like the laid back PUBG part of it. I like it. And I feel if you had a squad, you'd have a lot of fun.
By laid back being laying on your back.
It's
and
really
top.
whatever you prefer. It's if you prefer get me in right now,
Yeah.
or on PUBG you can take a squad and you can lay back for a bit, and it's a more
You can
relaxed
take a
experience.
squat on the potty with PUBG on your phone.
Exactly, you can do both on your
Yep.
phone.
Yeah. And you can hide in the bathroom and
I
PUBG
own
while you're doing
PUBG. It is. I think it's a fine experience. I think it's good. I haven't played enough Fortnite yet to give an official what
it.
I
I think
think
we'll
of
be
it
playing it
is.
pretty soon though. It should
Yeah,
already be downloaded.
so Fortnite
we'll try to
is
get to
going to be
that.
played on our channel.
Yep.
Pretty soon we'll have it uploaded.
And we're not doing it just for views. We just want to see what the game's like.
He's
I've
never
never played
He's
it.
never played it, so we'll both give it a try.
I'm a little late to the party.
Um,
That'd be fun just to switch on and off.
Yeah.
Just play a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm surprised Fortnite's still here. I'm surprised PUBG is still here, honestly, because Fortnite's been killing it. You notice Fortnite is not on Steam.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I think PUBG, the publishers have an exclusive contract with Steam.
Is that a thing?
I'm not sure, because you'd think if you're Steam, oh, we want Fortnite on our thing, you'd think that. But you can just go to this website. I think all you need is an Epic Games account, and you can get Fortnite. You can have Fortnite on your PC. You don't need that on the PlayStation 4.
You would just run it from desktop, right? You wouldn't need to access the
I'm
Epic
pretty
Games.
sure. Yeah, they would just put an icon on your desktop.
Yeah.
It's like same thing with Steam games. You just click on the icon and start up.
Because I know with Origins and some of the other ones, they're real finicky about that. You have to be Ubisoft in particular. You have to be connected to UPlay to play their games.
I did play Far Cry 5.
Oh yeah. I wanted to ask you about that. Good segue.
Yeah, I forgot I played it.
Yeah, how was Far Cry 5?
It was great.
Okay.
It was a great. The story's a bit confusing towards the end of the game.
Okay.
I won't spoil it for who hasn't played it yet, although it's been out for a little while.
It's been about 2 months.
Yeah. If you're playing, the thing that I like, I think it's the best Far Cry in recent memory for me.
Okay.
I like their environment is absolutely beautiful. Like the forest of Montana, like the areas they have is a completely gorgeous game. Like it's probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in gaming. I think on Xbox it's native 4K. I think it is the first native 4K game. You can play it on the Xbox One X, and I don't know what it looks like in native 4K.
We don't have 4K TVs.
I would like to see it to see what it looks like because I was playing it on a 1080p HD LG, and it looked great on my PS4.
Okay.
I don't even have a Pro, so it looked great with that.
Yeah.
The game itself, though, the gameplay is great. Loved it. I don't know if I could replay it by myself. I would need it's built for co-op. You can tell it's built for it, but I can tell if you're playing it on co-op, it's a great experience. I can almost assure you it'd probably be an amazing experience multiplayer. It's great.
Okay.
So I don't know. If I ever saw it for maybe $25, $30 down the road, I'd probably pick it up if I had somebody else to play with it. I love the main antagonist.
I would play it with you.
The main antagonist.
What are you playing on?
PS4. I played on PS4.
Okay, I played on that with you.
The main antagonist is great.
Okay.
Love that guy. The guy with the glasses on the front.
Sneed?
Seed, yeah.
Seed.
Joseph Seed. He's a great character. He's the best character in the game.
Yeah.
Actually. Plus, he should be because the game's built around him.
Did you watch the short? The Far Cry short?
No.
It's a 30-minute video about that cult right before the game takes place.
I think he's a little better in Boss, maybe. And
really?
people are always say Boss is the best. Nobody touches Boss. I just think he's great within himself. I think Boss. I like how he's funny.
I like Hagen Man a lot too.
See, I never played Far Cry 4. I skipped that one. I didn't play Far Cry Primal Era, which is the one.
You're not missing out.
I wanted to play that one actually.
Not great.
I wanted to see the prehistoric aspect.
It's really boring. Spoiler, it's really boring. You just poke things with a spear.
Poke it.
Yeah, just poke it with a spear, and that's kind of it.
But Far Cry 5 became, what was it? It broke Ubisoft's selling record, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is surprising, because Assassin's Creed, I thought, would beat anything that they had.
Well, I know that was the best-selling Assassin's Creed.
Speaking of a game I want to play, Origins. I want to play Origins. Just because the game itself, I like the Egypt
Yeah.
I love that aspect, and I want to play it for that
Well,
aspect.
they added the whole thing in there for free, where you can just go around and it's like educational. Did you hear about that? It's really cool. Schools are talking about like doing that for their classes now. I guess having some like program around it. But you just walk around the world and go to a certain place. Sorry about that. I live by a main road, so apologize if you hear anything like motorcycles and stuff. Um, it's not a whole lot I can do. Um, sorry, I thought I'd throw that out there. If anybody did happen to hear that, which I'm sure they'll pick up. So sorry. But yeah, it's really cool. You just go around the world and you just go to like the pyramids, and it'll tell you like informational facts about it. There's no combat. Um, it's free. I just thought it was cool. I still need to check it out, but I like stuff like that where they add like free things like that because they believe in their game world so
Yeah,
much.
well, that's why I liked the Assassin's Creeds that went, like the Revolutionary War,
Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed 3. I love that because it's Boston Revolutionary War. I love that aspect of it. The one era I wish they would do, and they said they're never going to do it, which I don't understand why. Actually, two eras. I'd like to see the two different perspectives. On World War II, I would love
Oh
to
yeah,
run around Nazi Germany as an assassin.
yeah,
Like the final, like make the final mission of the game where you could attempt to assassinate Hitler or something
yeah.
like
That'd be
that.
great.
I would love to see that whole thing, but they said they would never do it, which I never got why. Like I don't
Probably too
understand why.
saturated. There's so much like in that
I don't know if
time.
they could make like the sword combat work with that.
Yeah, I mean, shoot you with a machine gun.
Here's the other one, Civil War.
Yeah, I can see that.
How do you base that in towns though?
You'd be like
Because
a male Wonder Woman.
most of the battles took place in fields though.
Just
In the
follow what
Civil
Wonder
War,
Woman did.
it's like
Just run
Gettysburg
between
was
the
in a
trenches.
field and everything. That's a good movie. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen Wonder Woman, that's the
Yeah.
only DC movie worth the damn. And that DC
Yeah.
EU, which is
Oh, I watched Justice League like a month ago.
see, I didn't think it was bad. It could have been a lot
I didn't
worse.
think it was good either.
I think
really
the
didn't
bad
care
thing
for it as
is
much as I wanted to.
Steppenwolf.
He was
Just
awful.
Not a good villain.
No, he
Not a good
looked
villain.
bad. He just wasn't
CGI was
interesting.
bad. It's just everything about it.
He was bad.
I thought Ben Affleck was okay.
Yeah.
He's Ben Affleck.
Yeah, right. He just plays Ben Affleck.
I thought not Ben Affleck.
Flash.
Batman.
Flash was my favorite.
Flash was cool.
He's
I
a good
like
actor.
Aquaman.
Really?
I thought he just goes, oh yeah, buddy, yeah, like this the whole
Yeah,
movie.
it's kind of dumb.
I loved the Superman. I thought every scene Superman's in, I liked it.
Oh, I got sick of him.
I love the best scene in the movie is when Superman's awake and he's pissed off that they resurrected him and he's beating them all up.
Yeah.
And then when the Flash tries to get by and he looks, I thought that was the coolest.
Yeah.
I thought that's awesome. I love that.
That was great.
That's where you get it right. It's right there. And he looks at him, he gets all scared that he sees him and everything. And I love at the end of the movie, which is a throwback, which if you haven't seen it, I'm going to tell you something right now.
I mean, don't watch it, just listen to us talk about it.
It's not really a spoiler because it's a post-credit scene, really, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't really spoil anything because Superman's alive, duh.
Well, they spoiled that at the end of the first movie.
Yeah.
Batman vs. Superman.
Because you hear a heartbeat.
And you see the dirt.
Which I thought that movie was better.
I do too.
I thought Batman vs. Superman was better.
People hate that
movie. I actually
movie.
like that movie, though.
Yeah,
I do. I actually like it. Like, I don't think it's a bad movie. I don't think it's the worst that they've done. Suicide Squad's the worst.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
DC movie.
I refuse to watch that movie.
Don't even watch it. It's horrible.
Is it that bad?
I can't watch it. It's
Don't you
horrible.
drink like a bunch of alcohol to get through?
I was watching it like last like September, I think. I made it to halfway and I turned it off, and I'm like, I can't watch this.
Really? Didn't even finish it?
I'd rather watch like
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
I don't know, man. I'd rather watch like give me the worst Marvel movie and I'll watch that.
It's Iron Man 3.
No, man. No,
I did not like that movie.
I like that movie.
Really?
I'd rather watch the first Thor. I can't watch the first Thor again.
You don't like it?
No.
Okay.
I don't like the first Thor.
It's kind of not great.
It's not. No, when you compare it to the other films, even of that era, like 2010, even the Marvel movies up to 2010, I don't think it's even that good.
No, it's not.
I think the first Iron Man blows it away.
Oh yeah.
I think first Captain America destroys it.
Well, those came out before it, right?
Well, I think the first Captain America is so much better than the first Thor. I thought it's just there's so much. There's a period in Thor where he's getting used to Earth and everything, and I'm sick of that. I don't
Oh, the
care.
whole fish out of water
Yeah,
thing.
I don't care
Yeah,
about that.
it gets old after a
I
while.
love when he goes back. If you could start me when he goes back to Asgard,
Right.
or even when he fights the what is that called?
Destroyer?
The destroyer in the town.
Yeah.
I like that. When you get to that point, that's when that movie becomes awesome.
See,
But getting to that point, I can't stand it. It's so boring.
yeah.
I'd fall asleep if I
So
watched
you
it
want it
now.
to be like a 20 or 30 minute short instead of like a 2 hour
Almost like I
movie?
love when he fights Loki in Asgard. I thought that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that was
Why
good.
could where was this? I like Thor: The
Yeah.
Dark World better than
I do too.
that. I like Thor because
Yeah.
it gets going quickly.
People hate that movie.
I don't get
Like,
why.
see, reading comments and stuff and like
Yeah,
watching
I
like
don't
Red
get
Letter Media, they hated that
I don't
movie.
get why though. Like
Yeah.
it's better than what people think it is. Like, and I don't think the
Yeah.
villain's half bad either. Even though he doesn't really
No.
talk that much, I just thought I like the fact that he's a dark elf.
He
I
looked
always liked
fine.
that.
Like the makeup and
Yeah, I
CGI
thought
like,
he
it
was
all
great.
good.
I like the whole. I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, don't like Thor 1 or Suicide Squad. Don't like either of them.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to think what other ones were bad. Um,
even Iron Man 2, I don't like. I don't hate it.
I thought it was
And
fine.
and then everybody else hates that movie. And I don't
Why?
get why.
I thought it was an alright movie.
I can tell you
Whiplash was kind of
the
cool.
only reason that no, I don't like him.
Really?
That's the bad part.
That's why you
if
don't
you
like
cast any other villain in that movie, any other Marvel
I thought it
villain,
was fine.
I would have been like, this movie's great. That's the part of the movie I
What
hate.
didn't you like about
Every
him?
scene with him in it or with Sam Rockwell, Justin
Oh
Hammer,
yeah.
I skip it.
Okay, that yeah.
I loved
That
everything
character's tough.
with Robert Downey Jr. in that movie.
Yeah.
If he's not in that movie, it's terrible. It's a piece of garbage, and it's in the $5 bin at Walmart. I love his legacy stuff where he's like dying from the battery, basically killing him, and then he finds out how to, make the arc reactor from 3, where it's in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. But I don't like anything with Mickey Rourke. I think Mickey Rourke did a terrible job. That's just me.
Okay.
Don't like it. I thought he was a terrible villain. I think he's one of the worst, honestly, in the entire. Actually, he might be the worst. Who is bad?
Steppenwolf.
No, I meant Marvel, like the MCU. I don't know. I think he might be the worst. He's definitely the worst Iron Man villain.
Yeah.
Because I loved Guy Pearce in 3.
Yeah.
Like, he was cool but that's what he does though. He plays great villains.
Yeah.
I think if they just would have went with him from the get-go and not tried because people, the only thing that the reason why people hate that because they were misdirected. Yeah. That's why they hate that movie is because they're like, okay,
with the Mandalorian.
Yeah, you told us he's the Mandarin.
That was actually, I think, my vote was the Mandalorian because it's not even him. And what they could have done with him is so cool, and then they just don't do anything.
Yeah,
it's
I wouldn't have cared if Guy Pearce was the villain. Right. Like just say that he is.
Yeah.
Like we know that he's in the movie. He's gonna be the villain. That's why he's in the movie. He always plays a great villain in every movie he's in. So it's like, why do you try to mask that he's not the villain?
Yeah, that was dumb.
But I like how at the end though, where he's on fire and everything, he goes, "I'm the Mandarin," which he's the real Mandarin, really. Which I thought that was cool. I thought, okay, I like that. That kind of saved the movie for me because he's really the Mandarin, not Ben Kingsley.
Right.
Even though I love Ben Kingsley.
I like Ben Kingsley.
I love the voice that he did for that.
Yeah.
That was great because you believed it.
Yeah.
But I loved Iron Man 3. I went and saw it in the theaters 3 times. I like the action. The action aspect of it.
Yeah.
Which Avenger movie do you like the best? Not that it's on our topic list.
It is. Infinity War.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Infinity War's the best.
Infinity War's the best.
War is,
by far.
I think it's the best Marvel movie, period.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else comes close.
I think Doctor Strange is so cool in that movie, and Spider-Man's amazing. I never heard of Tom Holland before, like, he was in...
he's great. He's great in everything he does.
Was that Age of Ultron? Is that where he shows up? Yeah. With Ant-Man.
Civil War.
He was in Civil War?
That's where he starts in Civil War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not in Age of Ultron.
Oh. Okay. My brain hurts.
Remember the little kid from Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
He was supposed to be that role. Not Spider-Man, but the surrogate son role that Spider-Man is in. That's before they got Spider-Man.
Oh.
Like
because they weren't planning on getting
before they got that deal with Sony to borrow Spider-Man. So now
Boy, that's a good
he's
deal
the
now.
surrogate son of Iron Man, which I love that. I
Yeah.
love that he is. Which
That whole dynamic is so good.
I
between
love their
those two.
dynamic, and I wish they would just do a
We need
movie,
more of
a
that.
buddy movie with them.
It's funny 'cause
Great.
people were worried about Iron Man and Spider-Man: Homecoming. I think we were as well a little bit.
I
When
thought
we had talked about, we thought there was going to be too much Iron Man.
here's
in
the
it.
only thing I didn't like about Spider-Man: Homecoming, which otherwise it's a great movie. I think it's one of the best Spider-Man movies. I'm not gonna say it's the best Spider-Man movie. I'm very hard pressed to say it because I love the original Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yes,
With-
that's what I
with-
would think of.
I'm talking about the Green Goblin.
Yeah, that's what I'm
that
thinking.
one, that movie when it came out
That
was
movie's
such a big deal. Like, remember when that
Yeah.
movie came out? It was huge. Like that
Yeah.
movie, everybody went and saw that movie, and he's so good.
Yeah.
William Dafoe nails that movie. He
That's what
makes
made
that
the movie. It's William Dafoe.
I love their fight at the end where his suit's
Yeah.
all beat to shit, and you see Spider-Man's eye
and
and
he's
everything.
killed by the
He's like,
hoverboard.
I love that. I love it. That's the only reason why I can't place Spider-Man: Homecoming as the best.
I think it'd be a number 2.
It's a close number 2 for me because
Yeah.
I love that. I can't say any. I don't think it's better than it. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people who probably
Yeah.
do think it's the best, but I don't. I can't put it above the first Tobey Maguire movie. I can't. But to me though, he's Spider-Man. Like he'll always be Spider-Man to me. I thought he's still the best Spider-Man until Tom Holland gives me.
Oh, I think he's so good in
I think-
Infinity War.
I think Tom Holland hasn't shown me enough yet though.
Okay.
Like in a Spider-Man movie. Like because
Alright.
if you want to take
He's
it,
only had one movie.
yeah, his movie. He's been in Captain America. He's been in the Avengers. So it's like,
Yeah.
just give me an exposure just to him.
But maybe he's best that way, which is what
I
I'm
don't
starting
think he
to think.
should be, though. If he has his own movie, why would you give him his own movie if he wasn't good enough?
But Iron Man was in that too, as like a supporting role.
Supporting, though, but Spider-Man was the main focus of
Yeah.
the movie. Though.
I just mean like I'm okay
Which I
with
thought he
him
did
in other
good.
stuff.
I thought he did good as it.
Yeah.
But I think Michael Keaton carried a lot of that movie. He carried
Yes.
it a lot of good.
He was so good in that.
Because Robert Downey Jr. is not in it much. He's in it for
Right.
maybe 5 minutes total, 5-10 minutes total. But Michael Keaton, I think, did the heavy lifting in that movie, which he does a great job. And honestly, I think he may be the best.
Is it bad that I think
Let's
he's
see.
actually the hero in that movie?
That's the
I actually
thing.
think
That's
he's
the
like the
point.
protagonist.
Other than Thanos, I think he's
Yeah.
the best villain in
Yeah.
the MCU.
He's the most like sympathetic villain
Because
in
he's not really the bad guy. He's not
Right.
really a bad
He's just
guy.
kinda
He's
mad.
doing what he needs to do for his family to
Yeah.
provide for them. I loved the what's the word I'm thinking of? Revelation.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
With the daughter and everything. I love that. I
Oh.
love when he opens the door and he sees
Yeah.
him. I'm like, oh my god, that's great. I love this movie. That was a great
Yeah.
spin on it.
That was
Because
fantastic.
you didn't see it coming. They
Yeah.
didn't see it coming at all.
You thought that was
Um,
kind of unrelated, and they
no.
were just
I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great
Yep.
revelation. I thought it was fantastic. And I also like at the end, because you should have seen this movie by now. Come on,
good
guys.
movie.
It's great. You need to see it if you haven't. I love at the end where the other girl, not the one he was crushing on the entire movie.
Oh,
I like how he goes,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's your name?" And then she
MJ,
says
right?
MJ. I'm
Yeah.
like, Mary
Oh, that's how
Jane,
you're tying Mary Jane in.
That's how
Yeah.
you're gonna tie Mary Jane in. Which is great.
yeah.
Um,
It was subtle. And it was good.
which I'm like, okay, it should be Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Because we saw Gwen Stacy last time. Not that I loved her character though.
Yeah.
Here's the sad part. She was the best character in both of those movies.
Yeah.
And then when she died at the end of 2, that killed the franchise.
Yep.
It's done. Everybody cared about their loves. That's what I think killed that franchise.
Yeah.
They made their love story more important than anything.
Right.
Which it was great. It worked, but then you killed her, and
And then you
then
lost
you
that
got
like
nothing.
yeah, you lost the whole plot.
And now they're gonna go to Mary Jane after that. And, well, we don't want Mary Jane. We want Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
You know? So that's where I didn't even really like the first one, to be honest with you. I just think it was a bad villain for the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like what's his name? Kirk Connors was the scientist.
I never watched them. I refused to because I hated Andrew Garfield as a.
I don't think the second one is a bad movie.
because his hair just
I
looks so stupid. So I
he
saw the
beefed
first.
up for the second one.
Yeah, but I
He
saw
looks
okay.
so much like
So here's the thing. I saw the trailer. all right,
Yeah.
for the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, immediately lost all interest. His hair is just like some like douchebag, like Twilight looking crap, and I'm like, yeah, no.
I didn't like.
No,
I didn't like Andrew Garfield either.
No. Honestly, dude, I actually think he's a good actor. That's the problem. Is he is a good actor in other stuff he's been in.
For a Spider-Man movie.
What's that?
Which I hope that they are smart enough to think about this because this would be great. Do a mixed universe Spider-Man movie where he sees other Universal Spider-Mans.
Kind of like Shattered Dimensions.
And then Tom Holland's Spider-Man meets Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Because Tobey Maguire would do it. I think if they asked him, he would absolutely do it. And I think that'd be the greatest thing ever.
And you can have 29. You could bring 2099 into it, which is
that's
like
what I'm saying.
Coolest
like, like making making the
like the multiverse Spider-Mans.
Yeah, like
because you have the Amazing Spider-Man, you have 2099, you also have what else? There's a bunch of others.
What other Spider-Mans?
You bring in Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen would be interesting.
Gwenpool.
Yep. Gwenpool. Yeah. But that'd be cool. Either way, that'd be neat to bring all those in. You know what would be great is if it was just like a one-time spin-off movie. Like they don't ever try and do a sequel. They don't try and like continue the story in some dumb way or leave it on a cliffhanger. Just one-time movie like that. So Tobey Maguire and you even bring Andrew Garfield into it if you really want. You got the 2099 Spider-Man. You can have Tom Holland in there as well with like the Iron Spider suit and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty sweet.
I love the Iron Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's not a spoiler. People have seen it in the trailer and stuff. So the Iron Spider's in it. That's awesome. Do you want to talk about the E3 leaks?
I got Rage 2.
Yeah. Do you want me to read the other ones to you? I have a list.
Which is fine.
I have a list. So
what is the list?
Division 2. Get excited. Get pumped.
No, excited, not pumped.
No, okay.
Don't care.
What about Splinter Cell? A new Splinter Cell.
Okay, fine.
With Michael Ironside.
I'm in if you get him.
Because he did a cameo in Wildlands.
Yeah.
A little spin-off with Splinter Cell on that. I think they were testing the waters to see if they, should bring him back or not. And people seemed generally interested.
He's the only one that was actually worth anything.
By the way, you see the new Predator movie? Blew my mind. I had no idea. I know it has nothing to do with games.
Which is cool. I like the first Predator.
That's kind of what it looks like. Is like a remake of the first Predator. And if they somehow put Arnold in that, I'm down.
Yeah.
Yep. If they tie him into it, like even if it's like a cameo, I'm in.
Yeah. He's supposed to be filming the new Terminator this summer.
Really? They're making another after Genesis bombs so hard?
They're not.
Are they retconning the whole thing?
They retconned.
Oh, so they're pulling like Metal Gear Solid.
I didn't think Genesis was bad, to be honest with you.
I didn't watch it.
I thought it was a fine movie.
I mean, here's the thing, dude. With a lot of these movies that are coming out, if you just watch it to go see a movie and you're not trying to be too critical, most of these movies are good.
There's so much.
Like Thor: Dark World.
Pop culture now. There's so much.
Well, everyone's a critic. Everyone has to be critical. Everyone has to just literally take a dump on like what other people like.
Apocalypse is horrible. I didn't think that. I thought it was a fine movie.
I need to watch it still.
I just think there's a pacing problem.
Days of Future Past, I thought was a great movie.
Days of Future Past, I think, is one of the best.
Yeah.
Done.
And First Class was a good intro to that.
First Class is probably my least favorite.
Yeah, it was a slow burn.
Yeah, it's not very.
It's not a lot of action.
I don't think it's good now. I don't think it's a good movie now.
Yeah.
But Days of Future Past, I don't think anything.
Well, I think that's why it's hard to go back and watch it. Is because of Days of Future Past.
It's so good.
Because of how good it was.
I can watch Days of Future Past.
Did you see the road cut?
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know which one I like better.
Yeah.
I like the road cut because Xavier and Magneto, there's more of them, and I love those two characters. I like how they go back to Xavier's mansion while it's under Sentinel control. Yeah. It's just cool.
I'd say that's probably a better one just because it has more of them.
Yeah.
And there's such good characters in that universe. All right, so so far we got the Division 2, Splinter Cell, let me preface this by saying there was a giant leak from Canadian Walmart. They posted a bunch of pre-release, so you can pre-order stuff. and these are like all the titles, which means that they might know something that we don't. Why they leak this information, I'm not sure. I don't know, just get clicks on their site or because they want people to throw money at them for games that may come out in the next year or so. But these are the games that they leaked. These are the ones. We already said Rage 2. And then Bethesda came out with the trailer. So that's legit. And we'll get to that at the end here because we have a little bit more to say on that. Because I liked Rage. I'm probably one of the only 5 people in the world that liked that game. I hated the ending. The ending was garbage. But the rest of the game was really good. Last of Us 2. Makes sense to probably show some gameplay from that. Just Cause 4, which I thought was really interesting because I really enjoyed 2 and 3. I really thought those were great games, especially 2. I think 2 is a little bit. I think 2 is a little bit better of a game. That whole world in 2 is so huge. Like I remember just playing it and being like, "Oh my god, this is massive." I mean, like I don't. It's gonna take me 20 minutes to get over there. All right, better start now. Oh, there's a town. Blow the heck out of that town. Oh, there's another town. Let's fly over there in my little parachute thing and blow them up. Like, kind of awesome. Like that was really fun. Just like the way that you could progress and do like a bunch of the side stuff, like blow up statues and liberating towns, just on the way to go do like another mission. It wasn't just like it was a bunch of like empty nonsense like some of these other open world games that come out where you go, oh yeah, it's big and pretty, but there's, you know what? I think that's my biggest criticism of Horizon Zero Dawn. I just thought of it, is that the world is kind of empty.
That's what I think of it.
I love that game. It was my game of the year last year. That world is extremely empty compared to games like The Witcher 3 and compared to Just Cause 2, which came out like 5 years ago.
I think they need to address that in the sequel.
I do too.
I think there needs to be
more.
A lot
of
more
something.
Of something.
I mean, just even like random like side quests that could pop up, like, oh, I'm being attacked by a dinosaur. Please help me. Like The Witcher does that.
You think she'll be more of an adult than 2? Aloy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, because her eyes have been open and stuff. She knows what happened.
I don't know what happened, so. I have
borrow
it.
Oh, you have it?
I have it.
Okay. I was gonna say borrow it. The expansion's good so far. I start playing it. Didn't blow my socks off like I thought it would, but it's serviceable. It's a good $20 expansion. I mean, opens up a whole new area, which is nice. It's not just like piling it on like that same one. So yeah, Just Cause 4, Final Fantasy 7 remake, which we've yet to hear a lot about that. So seeing anything to be good at this point.
Probably nothing on that. Probably.
What do you mean?
We probably aren't going to hear too much about that.
Oh no, I think they're going to show gameplay.
It's been like what, 3 years?
Yeah, they have to.
It?
They have to do something with it.
Shenmue 3.
That is not on this list, but I don't see why they wouldn't show it.
They're going to do remasters of 1 and 2, like upscale.
Yes, I did hear about that.
Which I think, depending on, because they already have the budget to do Shenmue 3, they already have the money. I think they're just seeing what sells.
Wasn't that Kickstarted?
It was Kickstarted,
okay.
So it has a huge fan following. How about the Resident Evil 2 remake? We haven't heard a lot on that.
That is not on here, but I would love to see that.
I've heard that they're
saying next year.
Like, yeah, I'm thinking next year because Resident Evil 2,
I think it took them about 2 years to get the original, the remaster of the original Resident Evil done. It's about like 2 years or so.
2 years.
That sounds about right.
Longer than that.
And like $20, which is probably what it's going to be. I'd say it's steal.
40.
You think 40?
I think they'll do 40.
The other one
if
was
they're
20.
doing a ground up remaster, it's going to be 40.
Okay.
Remember, like I'm talking like a Gears of War Ultimate Edition remaster. I think they're going to do.
Okay, but it's only one game.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking 20 because that's always the original.
Yeah, well, that's what
money.
they made the other ones like Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 that they did on the Xbox One, PS4. They were all $20.
What do you mean for?
They re-released them.
Oh, yeah. I confused it for a second. 6. No one would ever want to buy 6.
Byron, it's multiplayer is fine if you do co-op.
Oh, okay. No, that single player sucks.
If you want to do co-op, play Resident Evil 5. It's
5 is so much better.
Built for co-op, and I say it's one of the best co-op experiences out there.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah.
It's not a great Resident Evil game, but it's a good co-op game.
Just a great co-op game. So play it for that reason.
Metroid Prime 4 is also on this list, which good. I like the Metroid Prime.
I haven't played any. Like I couldn't get into Metroid Prime maybe because I just didn't click for me, whatever reason it was at the time. But I like Super Metroid. So
Was
I
it because it
like,
was on the Wii U with the controls and stuff?
I
That was
was
part
talking
of it.
about GameCube. I played the GameCube.
Oh,
So
okay,
it was a long time ago. I don't remember much from it.
okay.
Maybe it's because they are older.
They're good games. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Does that excite you? Okay.
Although I know a lot of people like it,
Yeah.
but I'm not. I'm not
Not the
about
world's
it.
biggest
I'm
fan.
not about it.
Okay, fair enough. Assassin's Creed, period. Like literally Assassin's
Where are they
Creed,
going?
and then a
Where
period.
can they go with it at this point?
Samurai, feudal in Japan. I'd be down with that.
I'd be down with it.
It's rumored that it might be a sequel with Bayek. Um, so
From the
another
Origins.
Assassin's. Yeah. So like Origins 2.
So how is he gonna live for? Because the samurais came.
No, not in Samurai. I just mean like it's been rumored that it's either going to be like maybe like a Japan or like a sequel to Origins. Not Bayek in real Japan.
Yeah, because that would have been like.
No, that'd be weird.
You wouldn't even be able to do it.
No.
Like he'd be dead by the time.
Right.
He came.
You know what? Honestly, if they're gonna do like Ezio, I think that's fine. I personally didn't find him as interesting as Ezio.
No, not as everybody else thinks he's
No.
the great assassin. I think they're all.
He's fine. Like, he's serviceable. I didn't feel like I was as attached to him as Ezio. I didn't think he was as interesting, and that's just my opinion. I mean, sorry, like
About Connor from Assassin's Creed 3.
I didn't like Assassin's Creed 3.
I think Connor's very bland.
Yeah, I thought
I like.
that's why I thought
like
that game
the
was
first guy
not
that
great.
you play as. I like that guy, but not
Yeah,
Connor as much. His son.
yeah.
So,
The guy from 4 I really liked.
I never played
Is
4.
it Edward Kenway or whatever his name is?
Skipped 4.
Okay.
I did not.
Skipped the best Assassin's Creed game.
Did not play 4.
Dude, it's on with all the ship combat and you shooting other ships.
I didn't play anything after that.
Do you want to borrow it sometime? It's really good. And it still looks great.
I have too much to play right
Okay.
now, so it's like I don't need more stuff to play.
All right,
now.
you're messing up. That's a really good Assassin's Creed game. Just because like ship combat, you go around different islands, exploring the islands. You can hop right back into your ship. It's yeah, but actually has content in it. Like it's actually a game.
I think
not a
Sea
tech
of
demo.
Thieves, they should have just waited.
Yep, they should have.
Because it's not a finished game.
No.
If they would have waited, then yeah, it's a. I'll tell you what though, it is scary when you're on the ship and it goes into the ocean. It
I
really
bet.
is terrifying.
I just wish there was actually stuff to do in that
Because some
game.
guy got eaten by a shark. I'm like, holy shit.
Oh, jeez.
That's
okay.
scary, man. I don't like this like whole. Think literally you.
Yeah.
That's the. I think that's cool about it.
Got a couple more here. Dragon Quest 2 or 11? Not sure.
Dragon Quest. Oh,
Dragon Quest
I,
game.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers. That'll get you excited.
That.
I saw that on here. I'm like, oh, Adam's gonna like
it's
that.
a new one and not a re-release of the Wii U version.
Dude, I'm so worried it's just the same one from Wii U. I'm so
They don't
worried.
care. They're gonna buy it regardless.
I want.
I'm tired.
It's the same
Of
game.
them re-releasing all these Wii U games. On
Yeah.
Switch. I knew they were going to do that. Everybody knew they were going to do that. But they've done
And
it
they
to
do it.
every single one of them. Like Hyrule Warriors. Why do you even need Hyrule
And then people
Warriors
buy it.
on there? You have Fire Emblem Warriors. Why do you even need Hyrule Warriors?
Probably a better game in the first place.
I haven't even played Fire Emblem
I
Warriors.
need
do
to. I
wanna
really
play
want
it.
to.
That was one of the games.
From what I've heard,
that
it's
was
a
one
really
of,
good game.
that was one of the big ones I wanted.
It's on
to
clearance at
see.
GameStop, by the way.
Yeah, for $85.
No, it's like 45. I still don't think that's.
I'd pay 30 for it.
Yeah, it's a better price point. Borderlands 3, which I'm all in. I
Yeah.
loved Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2
Loved
is
it.
a really good game.
Yeah, that game is just so fun. Like you can throw it in now, and it's still just as enjoyable.
I think really that's a great selling point.
The co-op was really fun in that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, like it wasn't truly open world, and that's okay. It was open area, kind of like The Witcher, if you think about it, where it's like different areas and you travel between them.
It's a shooter,
Yeah, I mean it's not the same like genre, but like it's the same concept of like these big open areas, which I'm actually starting to prefer. Where you go to this area and it's big open area. You go to this area, it's big open area. I think it allows them to pack more stuff into each area instead of having just a massive world like Horizon Zero Dawn. While really pretty, like I said earlier, it's a little shallow as far as the side content goes. There's the hunting grounds and there's some other stuff you can do, but like the cauldrons. But overall, it was a little shallow as far as the other like side missions and stuff that'll pop up. So I think having like big open areas is kind of awesome. I personally prefer that. I also have Lego DC Villains. Not a Lego fan. Okay.
I mean, I used to be, but they just, I don't know. I don't like the new Lego games. Like, I like the Lego
the
Star
original,
Wars games.
yes, the
but I
original
don't
trilogy
like-
is fantastic.
I don't like the new ones.
Does it feel like they try to add too much into
Yeah,
them?
there's
Like
too
they
much.
pack too
Like,
much?
even the Lego Marvel superheroes, they felt too big to me.
Yeah. Because you need this character, but in order to get that character, you need this character. In order to get that character, it's just like
Yep.
it's gets ridiculous at
Yeah.
some points. Dreams, which is the Media Molecule game, they're the guys that made Little Big Planet. It's their new game. It's kind of similar to Little Big Planet. So if you're into that, okay. Forza Horizon 4 or 5. They said 5. That doesn't make sense because they didn't come out with 4 yet. Forza Horizon 3 was the last one to come out on Xbox One. So why would you have a 5? I think it's just
The
misprint.
Forza
I think it's
games, the Horizon games have been really popular.
They've
with
been
the
good.
Xbox.
They're good games. Do you ever play them?
No.
Okay. They're
I've
fun.
not played. I haven't played a racing game since like
Was it Need for Speed? No.
a long time.
Okay. They're fun. They're open world
Like
games.
Burnout era.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
it's been a bit for you.
There's nothing.
Oh, you played Paradise, right?
Paradise. That
Okay.
was the last one, I think.
Do you see they came out with that remastered?
Yeah,
It's
not
like-
really into it because I liked Revenge. I think
Oh,
Revenge
yeah.
was really the last gasp of air that was actually good about that
Yeah.
franchise. I think 3 and 4 are the only ones that are worth playing from that franchise.
Okay. I think Gears of War 5.
It's better be a hell of a lot better than 4. That's all I gotta say.
Can they bring back Beast Mode? Because that was
How
actually
about you
interesting.
kill JD and bring back Marcus as the full-time protagonist? That would inject a whole lot back into it.
So I get the idea.
Less microtransactions.
Oh, those are disgusting.
Yeah. The horde mode's good. I mean, you don't really need to change the horde
You
mode.
pay for a chance to get a cosmetic character. A chance. You don't even get them, like, for sure.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Dumb.
That campaign was too short, and I don't think it was very good. I hated fighting robots the whole time. That was really
I didn't
dumb.
like robots, and I didn't even like the swarm or whatever they're called.
Yeah, and the new guns weren't great. There was, like, the digger or whatever. Was
Yeah,
cool.
I waited to get the Lancer, and when I got the Lancer, I just used the Lancer the entire time.
Well, there's an achievement for using the Lancer, like, the whole game. Never dropping it.
Yeah.
Did you get
I
that?
think I did.
Yeah,
I'm
see.
not sure.
Well, Lancer's the best gun in that game.
It is.
Because you can shoot them and it also has close range to chainsaw. But that's the list I have. That's the list I got from.
See, I think there may be
the
news
internet.
on Halo 6.
Yeah, I mean, they used to interchange Gears of War and Halo, where one would come out one year and one would come out the other.
I'm thinking if they're doing Halo, it's going to be next year, not this year.
Well, that's what I think. Yeah, I think Gears is going to be this year.
Actually, I think
I think
Halo's
Halo's next
2020 and Gears is next year.
Yeah.
Unless the Crackdown 3 that I've been waiting for
When's that
years.
coming out?
They said fall quarter. It
I'm
said
gonna
quarter,
look.
It said like quarter 3 or quarter 4.
I'm gonna look right now
2018.
because this is getting ridiculous.
I've been
Microsoft
waiting
needs
for that game forever. I've been waiting.
Microsoft
So,
needs
for
games.
it. They do. You don't have any good exclusives right now.
They-
Like new exclusives, I'm talking about. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about the Halo Master Chief Collection, which is old, so it should not be.
Oh, goodness. 2018. That's all I'm getting.
Well, should be coming then.
Oh, Crackdown 3 release date. Hang on. Let's see here. Yeah, it was announced in 2014. It's now 2018, and it's still not out yet. I mean, I know development time takes a long time. I'm not saying it doesn't. I just mean, like, where is this game? they've been developing for so long. I know The Witcher 3 took a while; it took 4 years to develop, but I think
It was worth that.
yeah. And I'm not saying this isn't going to be worth it. It's just at least with The Witcher, they were more transparent as far as like what's going on with the game. I feel like Crackdown 3, it's just like, yeah, we're still making it, and that's the update, and it's like, thanks, like that helps. That doesn't mean anything. Okay, you know what I mean? Like they don't have any concrete like gameplay. They don't have really anything. Usually by this time they would have shown like a 10-minute trailer of like gameplay of like go around blowing up the world or something like that because it's destructible buildings now. Doing something. I'm starting to worry if maybe the tech isn't there yet for what they want to do in the game. Like maybe they want to have a fully destructible world, but the consoles aren't up to par with what they need in order to make that a reality.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, like,
maybe
it would make sense why it's getting delayed.
If it's not at E3, it's not coming out this year.
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
It better be shown at E3 because if it's not, then
yeah, it says it's supposed to arrive sometime this year. It's probably a holiday. I'm thinking November. What do you think?
Probably a holiday game at
yeah,
this point.
I think November.
Because State of Decay is their like summer game almost.
Oh, is that out yet?
Tomorrow. For
Friday
for pre-order.
Okay. Oh yeah, the $50 edition. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I didn't get it for that. I got the if you just pre-order it, you get it.
Oh really? Oh, I was under the impression you had to pay $50 and
you get pre-order. Yeah, as long as you pre-ordered the game, you get it on May 18th instead of Tuesday.
Alrighty.
I don't know. Can't remember what that date is.
I don't know what that.
22nd.
Yeah, my calendar is wrong on there. That's true. My calendar on my phone. I'm stupid. That's my second. Yeah. Math is hard. Was there anything else we wanted to cover tonight?
I'm good with it.
Okay. That's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. And if you're listening, thank you also for listening. We'll try and get to Fortnite sometime and just play some Fortnite, not like a review or anything like that. Just want to play some Fortnite because it seems like the cool thing to do now, and I've never played it, so I want to try it out. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching and or listening, and hope you have a good night. Bye, guys.
Bye.